All right, Bolt fam, buckle up because we're hitting you with a lightning bolt of news that'll have your heart racing. Today, the Bolts are buzzing with stories that mix shock, strategy, and that raw emotion only a Los Angeles fan can feel. We've got roster shakeups, rising stars, and moves that could define our season. Is this the dawn of a new era or just another wild chapter? Grab your drink, smash that like button, subscribe, and let's dive into what's cooking. Which story's gonna blow your mind? Let's find out. Here we go, Chargers Nation. Let's dive into the first bombshell of the day. Picture this, we were all banking on Mike Williams to torch defenses, but out of nowhere, he drops a bombshell that rocked Los Angeles. He's retiring. Yup, on Thursday, the man hung up his cleats, leaving a gaping hole in our wide receiver core. Fans went from stunned to scrambling for answers. And guess what? It's not just about hitting the free agent market. There's a bigger play in the works, and the name Romeo Doubs is starting to spark some serious chatter. Could he be the guy to fill that void? Let's break it down. Williams' exit isn't just losing a playmaker, it's a gut punch to our offense. He was our ex-receiver, the guy who stretched the field and opened lanes for everyone else. Without him, rookie Trey Harris is the only one with that skill set on the roster. And let's be real, putting all that weight on a rookie, no matter how promising, is a risky bet. Fans are split. Some are dreaming of a Keenan Allen reunion. Others are eyeing a big name like Terry McLaurin. But here's the tea. Our front office isn't likely to splurge on a superstar. That's where Romeo Doubs from the Green Bay Packers comes in. Freddie Boston over at Lombardi floated the idea Doubs could be the perfect fit. He's not officially on the trade block, but the Packers have a crowded receiver room with young guns like Matthew Golden and Savion Williams. That opens the door for talks, and the Chargers, being in the AFC, are an ideal trade partner for Green Bay. Doubs hauled in 46 catches for 601 yards and 4 touchdowns last season. He's versatile, able to share X-receiver duties with Harris or slide into the Z-role. That would push Quentin Johnston, who showed up to camp looking like the same old underperformer, to the bench, and fans are screaming for that. The cost? Maybe a 4th or 5th round pick, possibly with conditions to bump it to a 4th if he hits certain marks. It might sound steep for a one-year rental, but with our Super Bowl window wide open, Doubs could be the game changer. And who knows, if he clicks, maybe we lock him up long-term. While we're freaking out over this, the training camp's heating up with even more drama. And while we're still reeling from Mike Williams' bombshell, the Chargers training camp kicked off with a spark nobody saw coming. Remember Trey Harris, our second-round rookie? He caused a stir with a brief holdout, but the real headline stealer was a name you might have overlooked: Lambert Smith, our 5th-round pick out of Auburn. This Z receiver, pegged as a project, showed up on day one with an unreal connection to Justin Herbert. Yup, he snagged a touchdown in 7-on-7 drills and was a constant target. Have we struck gold? Let's unpack this. Harris's holdout had fans on edge, but it opened the door for others to shine. Lambert Smith, with his blazing speed, seized the moment. He didn't just click with Herbert, he brought a ray of hope to an offense desperate for good news after Williams' retirement. Compared to vets like Jalen Reagor, who looked sharp, and Ladd McConkey, who had a quieter day, Lambert Smith's ahead of the curve. That's huge for a team starving for receiver depth. Strategically, he could be the guy who stretches the field or pops off in gadget plays. A deep threat or a trick play weapon, maybe. And here's the kicker. As a 5th-rounder, any impact is pure profit. Fans are already buzzing on social media, some calling him the next Chargers steal. But hold up, it's early days. There's a long road to the preseason opener. If Lambert Smith keeps this up and Harris comes back strong, picture this offense with McConkey, Herbert, and these new pieces. It's the stuff playoff dreams are made of. But what if he's more than a camp flash? What if he's the guy who redefines our attack? While you're chewing on that, brace yourself. The next story is going to make you rethink everything about our defense. And while we're hyped about the offensive fireworks, Jim Harbaugh's building a straight-up juggernaut on defense, and the latest addition is electric. Right after training camp kicked off, the Chargers brought in Chuka Ndulue, a former NFL player and Colorado State defensive line coach, as assistant D-line coach. Yeah, this guy was with us back in 2016 on the practice squad, and now he's back with experience and a hunger to make history. Could this be the move that turns our defense into a beast? Let's dive in. Ndulue might not be a household name, but he fits Harbaugh's playbook like a glove. Harbaugh loves coaches who've been in the trenches, who get the game's soul. Ndulue, a former Oklahoma nose tackle, never played an NFL snap but spent 4 years shaping college defenses. He'll work under Mike Elston, a genius from Michigan, and this could be just the start. Fans are already speculating, what if Elston steps up to defensive coordinator if Jesse Minter gets head coaching looks? Could Nulue be next in line? This hire screams long-term vision. Tactically, Nulue could give our D-line the edge we've been craving, especially when it comes to pressuring QBs. Our defense already has potential, and a coach with a player's mentality might be the spark to make our linemen play with relentless fire. On social media, fans are calling this Harbaugh assembling the Avengers. But here's the juicy part. If Elston or Minter move on, Nulue's already in the mix to rise. Is this a future-proof move or just a boost for now? While you're pondering that, hold tight. The next story's gonna flip everything you thought about our run game on QBs. Our defense already has juice, but with Nulue's player-first mindset, our D-line could become a brick wall. Fans are losing it, dreaming of sack after sack. But while the defense takes shape, the run game's stealing headlines. Before camp even started, a bombshell hit. Najee Harris, our big free agent signing, landed on the non-football injury list after a July 4th fireworks mishap. A superficial eye injury, they say, but it's enough to crack the door open for two names who could steal the show: Kamani Vidal and Vidal Sanders. Let's break it down. Harris and rookie Omarion Hampton were Harbaugh's dream 1-2 punch to dominate the ground game. But this injury, even if minor, screams one truth. Depth is king in the NFL. Vidal, last year's 6th-round pick from Troy, is the guy fans have been begging to see more of. He only ran for 155 yards as a rookie, but when he got the ball, he flashed brilliance like his first active game, making fans leap off their couches. Problem is, Greg Roman, our offensive coordinator, doesn't seem sold on him fitting the scheme. Enter Sanders, aka Rocket, an undrafted gem who's turning heads. With 3,111 yards and 28 touchdowns in college, he's explosive, powerful, and can catch passes. Fans are torn. Some are ride or die for Vidal, others are hyped on Sanders' potential. The catch? Only one's likely to snag the RB3 spot, and the other could get cut or stashed on the practice squad if another team doesn't snatch them first. Social media's buzzing with fans yelling not to let Sanders slip away. Tactically, this camp battle is huge. If Harris is sidelined, Vidal or Sanders could earn more snaps, reshaping our backfield. And if both go off, Harbaugh's got a good problem on his hands. So who's your pick to step up? Chargers Nation, what a wild ride. Mike Williams' retirement sent shockwaves, but Romeo Doubs might just keep our offense electric. Keandre Lambert Smith lit up camp, hinting our future's brighter than we thought. Chuka Ndulu's arrival signals Harbaugh's building a defensive monster, and the Vidal Sanders battle has our run game buzzing with potential. This all screams one thing: the Chargers are gearing up to chase it all in 2025. Who's going to be the breakout star this season? Drop your hot takes in the comments, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's keep this lightning bolt charged together.